I've heard it said that happiness is buying a new pen. Well, how about a happy pen? Pelikan. This is another student pen. I've gotten a couple of these here recently. As a matter of fact, I got this from the same distributor that I got the Centro pen, student pen that I showed you in one of my videos. And this is another red pen. Don't have a lot of red pens, so I had the choice between this and a sky blue looking one, and I went ahead and chose the red one. So I have already opened up this particular pen, but it comes in a card like this, and you can see that it says it's a stilo plume, penna, stilografica, pluma, stilografica. Well, fountain pen in English. So flip it over, and you can see fountain pen for teens with cartridge filling system, medium nib width is what it shows me right here on the English version. And Pelikan, got a good many Pelikan pens in my flock, and I figured I'd pick up this one. So it is by Pelikan out of Hanover, made in Germany. So, but it says new, and it was new in the package. It had not been opened. It also came with a box of cartridges, the 4001. This happens to be a royal blue pack of cartridges. So I figured I'd go ahead and use that cartridge, or at least one of those cartridges, just to be fair, since this is a student pen. It is meant for teens or kids to be able to use for schoolwork or whatever work. So you've got the hole right here that if you wanted to put it on a lanyard or on a chain, that kind of thing. And let's say even if you were like, I've seen nurses that would wear a pen around their neck. If you ever have that application, then that would work very well for that, because that's not coming off. That cap is going to stay put. So it's all plastic. So you get a plastic clip here, which would go into a pocket fairly well, and you've got the plastic body. It's a fairly decent girth to it, and you've got a tapered down end here where this cap will post very nicely. You got the Pelikan logo, and of course you got the stripes on it for decoration. Same kind of stripes as on the blue one, just happens to be all in red. It's a slip cap, and of course it does post very nicely, very securely. You got a nice long red, it's kind of a triangular grip on the section. If you don't like triangular grips, you're not really going to like this particular pen, I don't think. If you don't like Lamis with that triangular grip, this is not as pronounced, however, as the Lamy. The Lamy is like really pronounced, let's say on the Safari for the triangular grip. This one is not quite as steep and pronounced. Speaking of Lamy, you do have that Lamy style of nib on that, and it's a fairly inexpensive stainless steel, chrome plated, it looks like, nib. And I didn't expect a whole lot out of it. I've seen cheap nibs like this on disposable pens even, that I happen to have. But I will tell you, those disposable nibs actually wrote fairly well when they will write on a disposable fountain pen. So it fits nicely in the hand. I mean, if you've got big hands, like my big old mitts, this actually works out fairly well. It's fairly well balanced. It's long enough that I can write without it being posted. But I'm the kind where I don't like to lose my cap, and that actually feels comfortable. It doesn't backweight it hardly at all. So I would be very pleasantly happy. I'd be good to go with it just as such. It's a plastic pen. It's not very heavy. If it was metal and it was this size, it would be good and heavy and have a lot of heft to it. But as it sits right now, it does not. It is a cartridge converter pen, and just because it is a student pen, I went ahead and used one of the cartridges. But it took a while once I put a cartridge in here for it to get ink to come down and saturate that entire feed. Now these should be standard international cartridges in theory, and this 4001 ink is usually a decent style ink. So let's go ahead and give you all the statistics for this particular pen, and then I'll go ahead and give you an idea to show you how well it writes. is a luxury brand, and Pelikan does make low-end pens as well for the student market. The Pelikan Twist is a great pen. I was pleasantly surprised when I got the Pelikan Twist. I got the Pelikan Go, and to me the Pelikan Go is a much better pen than what became a popular pen this last year, the TWSBI Go. The Pelikan pen far surpasses the TWSBI Go, in my opinion, in its quality and its writing and its handling. So I expect a Pelikan to be a halfway decent pen, just from my personal experience. Even the Pelicano, we've got one of those in the household that my son has, and it's an okay pen. Personally, I like the Twist better than the Pelicano, and let's see how we like this particular pen. So this is the Pelikan, the Happy Pen. So this is definitely a student pen, and it even says on the package it's a teen pen. Let's go ahead and see how this pen performs. I expect a Pelikan, if it's going to have the Pelikan name on it, even if it's a low-end student pen, I expect some decent performance. This one is smooth enough. It's got a medium nib to it, so I expect a decent line to it, and I expect some degree of performance out of it just because of the quality of the name, regardless of how low cost it is. So what I will say, this pen has written first time every time I've picked it up. Alright, so just to give you an idea, so I've got 5 more sitting in here, and actually, quite honestly, I've got more Pelikan cartridges and plenty of other cartridges at home as well. So I do expect some decent performance on a Pelikan pen, even though it is on the lower end as far as cost. I do expect some decent performance. I don't expect it to be as high performing as like an M800 or an M1000, but I do expect it to actually write well if it's going to keep the Pelikan name. So there you go. I mean, it's worth checking out. These are still plentiful on the internet. You can find these for not too much money. They are still around if you wanted to add a Pelikan Happy Pen to your collection.